The Pistons continue their journey as they play an interconference matchup on the road. We're happy to have you with us for 2K Sports midweek presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. And a one-game homestand for the Warriors as Golden State will try to recharge their batteries on their home court. This is a tough team planning on the... About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Well, the Warriors taking strides to enhance their player development. They bought a D-League team and moved it to nearby Santa Cruz.
And that team actually played in the D-League Finals in the championship game, lost to Fort Wayne. That's enabled their younger players, though, that D-League team, to practice with the NBA teammates, and that's got to be a positive.
He's checked in for Brandon Jennings.
Looking at the Pistons, Kevin, let's see how they performed over the last month in the NBA League rankings. 11th in field goal percentage. When it comes to limiting opponents' offense as well.
Pistons trail by 12. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Golden State's head coach and I were able to chat. We discussed their game plan defensively, and he mentioned that controlling Greg Monroe will be crucial. He said Monroe is a guy who can score inside, rebounds well, and his passing really sets him apart. Their offense runs best when it goes through his hands, so pressuring him and staying vigilant. Is essential for us. Guys, can they slow him down?
Thanks again, Doris. And he can't get the first one. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Thompson passes to Green. Iguodala outside. Green kicks to Thompson. Green dishes to Thompson. Clock at 6. Cans the 12-footer. Thompson's got 12.
You got to like his shot selection today. He set a good example for the rest of his teammates.
Here's Burks. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. 1:49 left in the first. It's Curry with the drive. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Pistons trail by 12. And Meeks kicks to Burks. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
Very clever passing. That was just beautifully done.
Golden State's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. They set the pick. Here's Thompson. Detroit with the rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Kevin, that game defensively was an absolute nightmare. They went into that building and just got blown out by a very hot team.
Well, they didn't defend those shooters like they should have, and once the fans got into it and the arena started rocking and thumping and bumping, things only got worse.
Well, as you know, there are polls for just about everything in sports. Last year, Steph Curry was actually voted as the most trustworthy player in the league.
You talked about trust in Steph Curry. It seemed he was able to trust his ankles a bit more last year.
Yeah, that had been a big concern. Repeated ankle sprains. Part of the reason the Warriors were able to sign him to such a bargain extension. But when healthy, clearly an all-star and all-league player.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Barnes, he's checked in for Green. Miller comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Alexei Shved in for Thompson.
You know, they really need to start taking better care of the ball, guys. They've been in a funk since coming out of the locker room.
That's 4 turnovers, and it's still real early. They are not in any kind of a rhythm right now.
John Lucas is checked in for Curry. Back to Lucas. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the first. 6 to shoot. Shoots the 3. Rebounded by Jerebko. The feed to Lucas. And Shved kicks to Miller. Now the dish to Lucas. Nobody near Barnes. It's good from long range.
And that's what's built them this early lead. Deadly shooting from behind the arc.
Yeah, the D better start getting out there on them, Steve, and soon.
Now here's Burks. Outside Butler for 3. No good.
Next Tuesday, March 17th, Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs take on Carmelo Anthony and the New York Knicks. It's the real deal.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Boy, their frenetic defense has really been impressive, putting a lot of pressure on ball handlers and turning them over.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Warriors leading by 15. And now brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Mike Miller is out there with Harrison Barnes. Then it's Lucas. Then it's Alexei Shved. And it's Bogut in at the 5. Barnes can't get it to go. Last outing for Golden State, it was a loss to the Suns in Phoenix.
They just couldn't get the ball in the basket that day, guys. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, it's hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Yeah, the high-quality shots were few and far between for them, and they have nobody to blame but themselves. They need to work a lot harder to get good shots today.
Three-pointer. Here's Bogut. Good work defensively by Monroe. Pistons trail by 15. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Guys, Draymond Green, a second-round 2012, but his tough defense and high basketball IQ have earned him minutes. He said, quote, "I never cared about stats, and I still don't. My goal is to have an impact on the game. Sometimes you have the biggest impact with plays that don't show up in the stats. Those are the plays I live for." Great attitude, Kevin.
A real gamer, Doris. He loves the game.
He's just going to punish you on the glass. And it's pretty deflating right now when you're trailing and you continue to give up second chance baskets.
Different look here for the Warriors. Draymond Green. Pistons trail by 17. 55 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Drummond. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
This will be his third free throw shot of the game.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative, much more aggressive. Here in the second.
And Thompson kicks to Miller. The pass to Shved. Back to Miller. 6 on the shot clock. Off the left rim and out.
Well, that's an excellent challenge right there. Good job contesting that shot by the defender.
Burks kicks to Caldwell Pope, and that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession.
Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
We've got 13 seconds left in the first half of the game. Now Burks. Just 3 on the clock, and that is good. Burks has got 6. And that concludes the first half. Warriors lead by 12. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thank you, Kevin. Andre, what has been the underlying principle of how you and the team have taken the floor tonight?
Communication. Communication doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but in order for us to be a good team, everyone has to be on the same page, and we're doing that tonight.
Andre, thank you. Kevin, one of those...
Okay, listen up. There's some things we can do to quiet this crowd down. Now let's go over that first half. We can't get anything to drop from three-point range. Our spacing's been terrible. Find those holes in the D and open the floor. Otherwise, we might as well abandon that shot altogether. And the points we've gotten in the paint have been a huge factor as well. Let's keep pounding it down low. And one more thing.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys. And the Warriors making a change here. Barnes is checked in. Detroit also making some changes. Butler, he's checked in for Monroe. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Jody Meeks. On the floor for Detroit, the big men.
Burks.
Warriors leading by 20. And Curry, here we go. Fires the three. That one falls. Coming off Iguodala's feet. Iguodala's got his 6th assist on the night.
Steph Curry voted by GMs last season as the best pure shooter in the NBA, but he's not purely a shooter. He keeps the ball on a string. I think he's growing as a playmaker. Just a wildly entertaining point guard in this league. You know, regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run.
Burks the pass to Drummond. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. And here are some big men who, when they get it in tight, are as close to a sure thing as we've got. Here are the top field goal percentage leaders among NBA centers and power forwards. Third is Andre Drummond.
You know, it's one thing to be able to create high-quality shots for yourself, but you still have to finish. And there's no doubt all those guys can do both.
Yeah, every sentence needs a period. It's one thing to get the shot off, but you need to finish. You need to take care of business in there. Most of their chances are easy ones. And for Curry, it's really his ability to use his ball handling to create his shot that's so impressive. He keeps it on the string, and because he's so good with the ball, he can get where he wants to set up his quick release jumper. And when he's on, I'm telling you, there's nothing prettier to watch than that guy knocking down deep threes off the dribble.
And the Warriors with some changes. Miller's checked in for Iguodala. Alexei Shved comes in for Klay Thompson. And John Lucas is subbed in for Steph Curry. Detroit also making some changes. Jerebko's checked in for Smith. And it's Caldwell Pope in for C.J. McCollum. And you look at Curry's stroke, how quickly he lets it go. They measured it at 0.4 of a second, Steve. This is Steve Kerr type release stuff we're talking about here. But Steve, really, by the time the average player releases his shot, Curry's is already 12 feet above the court.
Yeah, he just kind of flicks it, and when you think about the ball handling ability that goes into the shot, that's what makes it so hard to even challenge the shot defensively.
Barnes dishes to Bogut. Kicks it to Barnes. Shot clock at 6. No good from Bogut.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 9 points for Z. Here is Lucas. 58 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Shved. Screened by Bogut. Now here's Lucas. Burks covering. And here's Shved from the arc. Rebound by the Pistons. Burks with it. He's got 9. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Take a look at what Z's done. He has 9 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
Yeah, he's got to take his time behind the arc.
Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Andre Drummond.
100% free throw shooting this half, guys.
Efficiency is so crucial when you're trying to overcome a deficit, Steve.
The Warriors have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple. First free throw is good.
Shooting for Golden State, John Lucas. 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Lucas. 29 seconds left in the third quarter. Now, here's Burks. He's tightly guarded. Here's Jerebko, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Obvious foul.
Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned those free throws.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And for him so far this season, he's shooting 83% from the free throw line. Those are outstanding numbers.
And I'll tell you, guys, I mean, to see the improvement he's made in his free throw shooting in the space of just 1 season, I think it's been remarkable.
No good on the second free throw. Warriors leading by 23. Feeds it to Green. Here's Miller, and he banks in the layup. Miller's got his first points in this one.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
Yeah, Clark, they've been more active and more physical down low, and I think that's been the difference.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. The Warriors on top, delivering the blowout. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Substitution.
It's go time.
Detroit. Butler comes in for Caldwell Pope. For Detroit, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. On the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. Harrison Barnes is out there with Green, and it's Curry in at the point guard position. That's the Warriors' 5. Passes it to Meeks. Just 5 on the clock. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 5th rebound in this one. Some changes here for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Barnes. And Brandon Davies is subbed in for Green. Detroit also making some changes. Mitchell, he's jacked in for Monroe. McCollum comes in for Meeks. And it's Burks in for Brandon Jennings. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
In the break, guys, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He said their plan was run their offense through Z. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. A few late-on-the-fly adjustments as the situation gets more desperate for them. It's going to be a tough hill to climb, guys.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Really aggressive play, taking it to the rim against the big man.
Tell you what, I love that fearless attitude.
Now here's Curry. Burks covering. Curry kicks to his... On the wing, Thompson. Rebound by Caron Butler.
That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
Here's Burks. They grab their own miss, and he gets the bucket. And that's 13 points here for Drummond.
It's a great play under the boards for him, and you know, that's the standard that he sets. It seems like all those second chance points, I mean, they're there for him game in, game out.
Curry passes to Davies. Back to Curry. Golden State moving the ball around. Davies dishes to Curry. Lets it go from 11. Drummond with the block. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Burks. And Detroit again with the bucket.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
Warriors leading by 23. It's Curry with the drive. Soft touch off the glass. Curry's got 17 points here in the second half.
Time to turn out the lights on this game.
I think they deserve a ton of credit for the way they played here today. Truly a professional display.
Here's Burks. That one off the back iron and out.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
But, Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out Clark this kind of punishment.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on. They were dominant in every area.
And on the year, this will turn out to be win number 34 for them.
You know, they wanted this win badly, guys. A loss would have meant a sweep in the season series.
I agree. They did not want that to happen. Even against opponents outside your conference, you only see twice a year, getting swept is not a good feeling.
And you have to look back at this and see what a huge game it's been for Curry. He just looked like an orchestrator out there, keeping his teammates involved, running to the open spots. I mean, he would constantly find them more often than not.
Pass to Burks, expanding his range. That's good.
This run probably just a case of too little, too late.
But at least they're still going after it and playing hard. It would have been very easy to throw in the towel a while ago.
It's Miller on the wing. Back to Lucas. He dishes it to Miller. Now here's Lucas. Burks covering. Lucas kicks to Miller. And again, no good by Golden State.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Puts up a three. Warriors with the rebound. So we see the Warriors taking